This is Bassistovgilberto. It's been a long time. How are you doing? This week I'm back again with another series of lessons, and today I'm going to talk about a topic about suspended chords. And suspended chords, this time I'm breaking it in different categories: Csus4, Csus2, their arpeggios, and the chord as well, and kind of how to meander around with it, just mess around with it and make sure that it makes sense. So I'm trying to explain a little bit of music theory behind it. So just be ready to learn more today from me as usual. I want to thank all of you for following me up every week, every day. I post my videos. Thank you so much. And before I do anything more, make sure you press the subscription button, and don't forget to like, comment on my videos, and also press the notification bell so that every video I post for you, you see it at any point wherever you are. Yeah. So if you're ready to learn, pick your bass and we get started. Okay, so the first thing we would think of is, what is a suspended chord? Suspended chord, there are so many types of suspended chords, but like from the word suspended, it means that this chord has kind of tension, and this tension means it's resolving somewhere actually. Normally Csus4, Cus2, they have little bit of resolution. So for example, a Cus4 chord, the notes are 1, 4, 5. For example, if you're in the key of C, for example, C, F, and G. But if I play this, then it goes back to C. So the 4 resolves to the 3rd. Yes, so Cus4 to the main chord C. And so this same chord, Cus4, can resolve as well to the C minor. A little bit, somehow, almost the same thing. A Cus4 can resolve to a major key of that same key, and then, or it can as well be a minor key. So to get started, let's start by number 1, knowledge about what is a suspended 4 chord. Now, a suspended 4 chord has different kind of names. Some people could name it as just maybe if we consider the key of C, somebody could name it as C4. C4 means Cus4. And for the same case, for suspended 2, they can call it, let's say C2 or D2 or F2, they mean Cus2. Yes, there's some theories that people teach wrongly, but they mean the same thing. Okay, so a Cus4, we are in the key of C. I'm going to illustrate to you this in the key of C and in the key of G. Yeah, a little bit of higher register. So I'm using this register here. I'm in the 15th fret. Yeah, I'm in the 15th fret where we have C. So C Cus4 has the notes as C, F, and G, which is 1, 4, 5. So there are about 2 shapes to play it. I'm on the A string, the 15th fret on the A string, and I'm playing the key of C. Hoping that you know your key, your scales very well. So the numbers are C and F still in the same fret, 15th fret, and G is in the 17th fret. So now the problem here is, in this shape I'm going to take C and F, then I'm going to double the octave higher of C. So this is C Cus4. There's one note missing, of course, the G. Some people will play it with the G open, this 2, but it sounds a little bit not nice. So I'll take this. So that's the first shape of C. You can look at my fingers closely. You can look, I use, the fingers really don't matter. They only matter to you who is playing, most cases. So, then I'm picking another shape of this C sus4. It could be C. I put finger 3 and finger 4 on F, finger 3 on C, finger 4 on F, and then I bring my finger 1 here on the G. That is the 12th fret. String of G, the 12th fret remains G, higher octave. So, this now sounds more realistic because the 5th is there. Yes, so this shape is there. This shape lacks the 5th, but you know, like this, the issue we've been talking about chords on the bass. Chords on the bass is not really, everything is not really full. Yeah, that's the problem. It's a problem, and at the same time it's the good thing, because this is bass, you know. It's not really a main instrument for chords. So that's something you should put in mind. So this will be 3, 1, 5. Sorry, 3, 4, and then 1. Finger 1 is in the 12th fret. Finger 3 is on the 15th fret, and finger 4 is on the 15th fret. C, F, G. And there you're done. So on this string, you know how to play now a sus4 chord. It could be this, it could be this. Anywhere. I'm in the key of F sharp. Anywhere. I'm in the key of D. Octave is really high. I mean, the frets are wide here. I mean, that applies the same. Now, you have to know that the sus4 resolves to the key itself, the major key. So, if it's C sus4, resolve to the C major. Same. So it goes this, then it goes. You should know the major keys as well. You should have studied major keys on the bass. If not, you check a number of lessons that I have done talking about the major keys on the bass. So, yeah, so that is using the A string. Now let's use the E string. And on the E string, I want to demonstrate sus4 using the G on the E string. That is 15th fret. Here is my G, 15th fret. So the sus4 here takes also a number of shapes, as I can show you. The first shape is G, the 5th of G is here, and then the 4 of G is here. So those are the notes. Now we want to get the easy way of going there. So we have generally in this shape here, we're going to have a sensitive thing. Like the first thing, this is what I have. So I have G and I have G. Then I have C. The 4 of G is C. So I have this. My first finger is in the 15th fret, and these two fingers are in the 17th fret, holding C and G. Yeah. So from G sus4, it resolves to a G major. But now I'm going to change now. That's shape 1. Shape 2, it's going to be G, D, and then C. This is it. It's a little bit muddy because of the this 5, the 5th. But it's okay. It sounds cool. So you can take the shape 2 too. That is G, D, and then C. This is it. Then it is resolved to a G major. That is it. Sounds cool. Yeah. Another shape you can take is like that we did in the C, which is this. You can take this. Really too muddy, but it works as well as one of the shapes, which is G, C, and then D. D is in the 12th fret. G and D, G and C is in the 15th fret. Yeah. So we have seen that, and now we want to I want to first break down something for you. Now, after knowing the Csus4 in different shapes, I want to talk a little bit about Csus2. But before I talk about Csus2, I want to first of all go furthermore and break a little bit down. Csus4 has a number of subtypes, I would say. Like from Csus4, we can also have a dominant Csus4. For example, C dominant Sus, you know, C dominant Sus, for example. In this shape here, C dominant Sus, the notes are root, 4, 5, and flat 7. So if we're in the key of C, the notes will be C, F, G, and then B flat. C, F, G, B flat. That is 1, 4, 5, flat 7. So if we're here in the key of C, so I will play it like this, everything, just using one finger here, which is C, 4, flat 7. So here I'm eliminating the 5th is off. Because I need to hear the Csus4 at all costs. The most important chord note in this chord is the 4 major 4th interval, perfect 4th interval. So that is a C dominant C7 Cus4. Now the C7 Cus4 resolve to a C7. C7 Cus4 resolves to a C7. You should already be knowing how to play a C dominant 7 on the bass. So C7 Cus4 resolving to C7. Yes. That's the best shape we have it here. Being this is the easiest shape I will show you for now. And now I'm done with that. Now if I'm on the E string and I want, for example, a G7 Cus4, I'll play it like this. This is it, G, and then I will have a F, and then I will have also C. So G. So some people actually, to play in this shape, to play this G7, some people play it as a 5 minor 7. You play D minor 7, and then just add a G on top. Down, sorry. Because this one has the 5th, the flat 7, and the 4. Yeah. So this is similarly the same, but because if I don't want the issue of being muddy, so I will just take this. Then this resolves to a dominant 7, G7. So this is G7 Cus4, and then to G7. And where you hear such a chord is used, you can check like a song Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonders, but I did the version by Victor Houghton, which you can check and see the use of this kind of chord a Sus7 dominant 7 chord, Sus resolving to a dominant 7. Yeah. And actually, in terms of in music theory and relationship, you'll find out that a dominant 7 Sus4 chord is the same as a dominant 11th chord, almost the same. The idea is almost the same actually. So this is how I will play it actually. And then if I'm here, I will play it in the C, then I resolve it. You see, you can watch my fingers closely. Then here, really sounds so beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Now, after doing all that, there's one more step to go. There's also what we call a major 7 Sus4. A major 7 Sus4. That the notes are root, 4, 5, and 7. Natural 7, not flat 7 now. Natural 7 this time, you know. So the notes are 1, 4, 5, natural 7. So if I'm in this key of C, it would have been C, F, G, and then B natural. But this time I'm going to play it like this. I'm going to eliminate the 5th. I'm only going to take root, 4, and then the natural 7, major 7. So I'm missing one more note, which is the G. If it was a 6-string bass, it would be very clear. So this is C, F, and B. So this is it. I use this finger. So this resolved to a major 7. A major 7 Sus4 resolved to a major 7th chord. Resolved to a major 7th chord. So C major 7 Sus4 resolved to C major 7. I'm done with that one. Now let's look at a sec where I'm in the E string. I'm here now. So now that one, to play a major 7, I need G, I need C, I'm in the now G, because using this string I'll be using G. So G, F, C, D. The major 7 of G is F sharp, and then yeah, back to G. So those are all the notes I need. So in this case now, it's a very tricky thing, because now you know when you play it, for example, we start with this shape. This was for dominant 7 Sus4. So we have flat 7 here. Now for major 7 Sus4, just put the finger 2 there. So you have G, you have 7, and then you have the 4, which is the perfect 4 interval. So that becomes C major 7, G major 7 Sus4. Or you can play it as a D. You can play as a D dominant. You play D dominant, then put a G under it. D dominant 7 over G becomes a G major Sus4. Yeah. Any of the shapes is okay. You can play this shape, then it resolves to a major 7. Yeah. So even here, but in most cases, properly, you'll find that most people will be playing it like this always. Then this will be easier for most people. Personally too, I prefer this. So like for dominant 7, I prefer this. This is now, yeah. So that's with a dominant major 7. Major 7, sorry, it's not dominant major 7, I'm sorry. That is the major 7 Sus4. So we have seen that Sus4 exists in about 3 types. 1, it is just a Sus4 of itself. It is just a Sus4, you know. And then Sus4, if it is a C Sus4, for example, resolve to a C major. Now if it is a C7 Sus4, resolve to a C7. If it is a C major 7 Sus4, resolve to a major 7. That's how you get the resolutions right. Because of the tension in it. Okay, now we're done with the Sus4 chord, and now let's look into a Sus2. Sus2, the formula is 1, 2, and 5. So that 2 is nearly the same as a 9 actually. So if I'm in the key of C, it is C, D, and G. C, D, G, C, D, G. So I can change the octave. C, D, G. So this is now C, 15th fret, a D on the 12th fret, and G in the 12th fret. So this is the sound great. This is just I'm making my own resolution. It's great. So this is a C, leave alone what I've just played. I don't know what's happening to me. So this is C, Sus2. It also resolves to the C triad. It resolves to a C major too. So this is it. I'm just using finger 3, 2 and 3 and 1. 1 is playing the 2 notes here. Another way you can play this chord is just like you play a 9th chord, either major or minor 9 on this string. It's like this. Now this time the 9 is the 2, which is a little bit raised the octave higher. So it's the same chord. This also serves for a Sus2 chord. Alright. Or you can play it here. Simple. And that we are done there. Now let's look at the Sus2 chord on the E string. And this I'm using the key of G. So the notes will be G, D, G, A, and D. G, A, and D. But this time, this I would play it the same like this. This is the first shape which I borrow from here. It's the same here. But everything is kind of muddy, you know. This is kind of muddy, you know. So now you have to little bit calm down here and then look for G, which is here. So look for the 5th of G is a D, and then the 2 or 9 of D is a A. So personally I would play this chord like this. I will play it like this. Sample might play like this, but this is difficult for a fingering. It's a little bit challenging. It's challenging, so I put it this to me. This will be a G sus2. That's shape 1, and then shape 2 somebody might play it like this. Also this one. So shape 1 is G with finger 3, and then D with finger 1, and then A with finger 2. Then shape 2 is, somebody is going to play it like this. Finger 1, 2 on G, finger 4 or 2, depends on how you feel. Finger 2 on G, finger 4 on D, and then finger 1 on A. Sounds almost the same, but there's a little bit of change. And then the other shape would be this. Almost sounds like the same. Yeah, and so that's all you can do with, with a Csus2 chord. A Csus2 chord will resolve to its major, or you think of minor. A Csus4 chord will resolve to its major or minor. A major 7 Cus4 resolve to a major 7 of the very key. Dominant 7 Cus4 resolve to a dominant 7 of the very key. So those theories, if they're very difficult for you, you should have learned some things in the past. You can check a number of videos which I've done dealing with 7 chords and so on, or else you find any other material of learning, 7 chords of the bass and so on.